something I've been thinking a lot about is how to surface some of the things that you can extract with Box Extract and other services, but like surface them more proactively. So two people are having a conversation in their team chat, and all of a sudden, the AI says, "Oh, hey, you're talking about this subject. What about this presentation you made 6 months ago that is somewhat relevant?" When do we get to something like that?
Um, really, that might be the better test of AGI than anything else we've seen, because you'd have to basically the moment you annoy people three times on that, with the wrong
Right.
tidbit, you're going to
Yeah.
stop using it. And I think the only tricky thing is that on proactive AI, I think the AI is a little bit eager to sort of try and find something relevant, because at some point you have to have a system prompt that says, like, when the user says something, go and find the relevant thing. How do you capture that nuance of what a human would know when to interject versus not? I maybe this would be the only area of model progress that I'm maybe still skeptical on, is I think the ambient AI that kind of interrupts you, is always a little bit of a tricky thing, simply because you on one hand wanted to interrupt a lot because that's how it adds value, and on the other hand, the moment that it gets noisy, you stop using it.
Is that
Yeah.
solved by like just really good design, or there has to be something about the model that needs to change?
No, but like I mean, people have this problem as well. Like, you're in a Slack channel and you're like, no, I really hope this person doesn't reply yet, because I need to first, sort of resolve this other topic before that person
Yeah,
interjects.
yeah, yeah.
And because you're going back and forth with one person and somebody sneaks in a kind of unrelated thing, and often I'm actually the person doing the unrelated thing. But like, fortunately, nobody could turn me off Slack. I think when sort of Claude tries to jump in, too many times, you'd be like, okay, just chill out, Claude. Like we got this, and then come in a few minutes. Maybe that's a UX issue more than a model thing. It's like, when do you sort of finally, kind of turn on the ambient mode for that part of the conversation? I think it's a super fun brainstorm. I'm not. I guess maybe my meta point is that, I think I'm sort of neutral to whether that is a dramatic change in productivity or not. But we'll see. I could be totally like maybe just a boomer on this one, and we just got to see what the product looks like.
I think I'm with you. I'm going to be patient on this one. The sooner that happens, it feels like the sooner we get taken out of the loop. If it's anticipating our needs, then why are we here?
Well, actually, I'm not even worried about that one. I just, again, I'm just worried about the noise factor. But I think the lesson for coding agents, I think, is going to carry over to most knowledge work, which is you still need to have some higher order context and judgment about what's being worked on, that today the model just can't seem to get, and it can't seem to get for, like, obvious reasons. It has a context window limit that we don't have as people. It has you then suffer, like, okay, well, then is it going to grab data via RAG, in which case it only gets a certain amount of that context, and it might guess that it's the most important thing, but a human would know it's not, and an agent doesn't know it isn't. We have a lot of these things as we build agents internally for working on your content. We have these fun problems, which is, how does the agent know what it doesn't know about the thing that it's working on? Where you tell an agent, hey, go find me these 10 facts, and it maybe gives up after it finds 8, because it doesn't think there's 2 more, and it just thinks maybe the questioner got it wrong. But a human actually might have that judgment, which is just like, yeah, I actually just know for a fact that this information does exist, and you just haven't found it. So those are the types of things that the average knowledge worker that you work with, they know. They have that context kind of, and it's given to them for free. And so now we have this massive project across the economy, which is, how do you give agents this context, and how do you ensure that it's comprehensive? How do you ensure it's authoritative? How do you ensure that it gets kept up to date? These are actually going to be the gaps between kind of full agentic enterprise and where we're at now, which is like the very early rollout stage. Some of the teams that have gotten agent pilled are ready to jump in on this, but not everybody has been able to work in this way.